That's generally a good sign. So I can punch this little button here, and I can say post right there. Here we are. Oh, I see a connection. That's a good sign, usually. So that means I should be able to now hit this button and see if it works. So far, so good. Okay, let's hit this button. And that seems to be working. And let's hit this button. And that seems to be working. Okay, so let's just check everything. All right. So far, so good, as far as I can tell. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. And I think that's it. Okay, so I can close that now. All right, let's do some testing. Oh, I forgot to hit the button for that. So click that button. There we go. So now let's do a quick check to make sure that everything is showing up. So let's do test 1. I heard it and I see it. Okay, hold on. Let's do test 2. I heard it and I see it. And we'll do test 3. And all are showing up. So I think we're good there. So let's shrink that. Shrinking all these down. I made the mistake of closing the window last time. I'm not going to do that again. And I think that's it. Wow. Yeah. So, a minute and a half in, I'm ready to go ahead and roll the opening. Amazing. All right. Okay. Whoops. Don't want that. Why does it want that? Okay. There we go. All right. Rotate. And there we are. And I just have to move my keyboard. That's the one thing I forgot to do, move my keyboard. So let me just move that out of the way, because that's not going to work there. And just get this resituated, and we're good. Wow. Amazing. That's the fastest I've ever gotten everything up and running. Under 2 minutes? Incredible. Oh, I can close this window too. I don't need this window open anymore. Done. Okay, good. Good, good, good. And I actually can close this window too. I don't need that either, because it's all working. For now. It's a holiday miracle. Okay. So anyway, let me get a sip of water really quick, since I'm actually ahead for once. Well, happy holidays, everybody. And Happy New Year ahead of time, because it will be in 2 days, at least in the United States. I know if you're in the UK, you're ahead. Hey, Brahma, how you doing? Happy holidays, whatever one you celebrate, because I know there's several starting up now, too. I don't know what everybody celebrates, so I just say happy holidays. I don't mind saying that. I know some people get really wound up about people saying happy holidays, but I'm not one of them. I can just say that. That can be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I know there's at least 2 more that happened around now. I know Hanukkah just started because I was down getting my coffee and I saw this big display that they put up. But I can't keep track of all of them, so I don't care. Like I said, I don't get all wound up about that. I know some people do. All right, now. So this is my Sun Ra Cosmonaut, which has advanced a bit since the last time. Oh, hey, Dimitri, that's right. I forgot that. I can never, because not everybody has. Yeah, well, okay. So what Dimitri is referring to is, I'm not going to say I don't like it. I don't think that's fair. I don't like the way it's put together as a book. I feel like it's over-engineered, and it has one additional story element that it absolutely does not need and was not serving anything. I think the trick with a book like that, which I understand, House of Leaves, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a book that is essentially 3 stories, and it's put together intentionally in a very unusual way. It's meant to be more of an experience as opposed to just reading a book. You know, at times you have to rotate the book. There's footnotes that have a whole secondary story. There's all these elements to it. Yes. Yeah, that added nothing. I think the whole idea of the tape or the recording of this mysterious thing that you weren't really sure if it was real or not, like, that was fascinating. And I think if the book had just focused on that, and the idea that somebody found or was trying to research this tape that did or did not exist, I think it would have been so much better. It would have been probably a third as long. I don't know that you really ever needed the whole rotating the book, all that stuff. I just don't know that that was ever necessary. I didn't hate it all that much, but I don't know what it really added. I guess the idea was to make you feel like, you know, unsettled and everything else. But I think the whole core thing about the house that kept changing, that's enough. Oh, hey, Daniel. Heartbeat Hero is a musician who I've been on his show many times. Yes, I'm doing this one unusually early because it actually works out. This week, I'll be able to do at least 2 streams earlier. So yeah, this is one thing. Normally when I do my stream, it's extraordinarily late or early for anybody who's not in the United States, which is not on purpose. It's just the way that it works out. Okay, so... okay. So yeah, House of Leaves is a fascinating idea. I just don't know... Oh, look at those lines. I missed those lines. I have got to get rid of those. It just didn't work for me as a book. It felt like it was too much of an art project. And I know there's an irony in me saying that something was too arty. And I'm only saying that for myself. Other people clearly really enjoy it. That's fine. I wouldn't call it bad. I really would. Lando gave up on it too. I think he was more... based on what he said, I think Lando had more issues with it being an unusual structure than I did. I don't really have any issues with it. I just don't know that it was something that was necessary. And honestly, more than the whole turn the book sideways thing. No, I haven't watched the Dune series yet because I think it just finished and I think it was renewed for season 2. So now I'll watch it. I'm not going to watch anything, or I'm trying not to watch anything until I know that it has an ending and isn't just going to get canceled after season 1. I just get so irritated by that. And it happens so often. Where is this big circle? Not that one. Not that one. Where's the big one? But I've read it's good. And I love Dune, so I'm all for it. Okay, did I put a mask? Yes, I put... Oh, good, I put a mask on this. Okay. Okay. So what I need to do here, I'm going to do something really stupid here. I shouldn't say it's stupid. I don't know. We'll see. Add a new layer. I need to get the perspective. Is it perspective? I think it's perspective. Now, this is the trick. No. Reset. No, delete. Oh, that's right, because you have to place it. Okay. I mean, it looked really good. So I'm interested, because I'm interested in Dune stuff. Like I said, my bigger thing was that I wanted to make sure that it was going to get the support behind it, because honestly, my biggest irritation these days is series that get started and don't ever get finished, which unfortunately there's a ton of that happens, and that was my one concern with it. I'm going to turn all these layers off for a minute because I need a clear look at what I'm doing here. So I'm pretty sure I saw that it's getting renewed for season 2. And the Bene Gesserit are really interesting because certainly as much as I love the David Lynch movie, and I do love it, it's not like you get a lot of sense of their whole order and what they do. And I think that was unfortunate because it doesn't... I mean, the problem with that movie is you were trying to do so much in that movie in not enough time to do it. Okay, so let's take a look. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily... No, I'm going to do this. I was going to do a mask thing, but what I want to do is I just want to... Damn, come on. I just need this. I need the main circle. I don't need the smaller circle for what I'm doing here. Because I need to create... I want to create radiating lines because I'm going for a very Egyptian thing here. All right, so now that's that layer. This layer is empty, correct? Yes. All right, so I got to switch to black, and I need to make a cross. So basically, what? Wow. Okay, well, I wasn't necessarily going for that thick of a cross, but I'm not going to complain about it. It'll work. Wow, that's a huge cross. Or no, that's not a huge cross. That's a huge line. Now it's a huge cross. Okay, so I need to do... I want to center this. I want to center it in the circle. That's centered. And then I'm going to turn the assist off on this. Basically, I need to find... I need a center point for my symmetry thing. guide. So, symmetry. Now see, this is the trick. Because I need to place it pretty much dead center of this, which is not going to be easy. Why don't I see it? Where's the... Did it do that again? Hold on. Yeah, it did. Wait, why don't I see it? Why don't I see the, Okay, why can't I see the lines? Oh. Yeah, that's why. Because I'm a dummy. No, that I meant to watch that when we were at my mother's for the break, because I've been a big fan of Christopher Reeve for a long time, but I have not seen it yet. I'm assuming you have. Please tell me it's good, because I'm going to be pretty irritated if it... Why am I not seeing these lines? What is going on here? This is normally very easy to do. Why is it fighting me here? I mean, why am I not... You know what? Let me reset. Okay. I don't see any lines. Oh, it's a cement... I'm on the wrong... I'm a moron. I'm using the wrong thing. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, no, I want to watch it. There we go. Jeez, I really was starting to lose my mind. I was sitting there going, okay, why is this not working? Well, that's why, because I'm a dummy. Center. Ooh, man, that's probably as close to center as possible. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it quite badly, actually. But I have not had a chance yet. So I will be watching it. I just have not watched it yet. Okay, so I need these lines. Yep, okay, that'll be the right size, but I need it in white. There we are, which means I need to make the background color something darker. Like, that's fine, that'll work. I need to put an assist on this, and then just start. Oh, man, I'm thinking about this. Is the better way to do this? Oh, man. Yeah, the better way to do this is not with symmetry. The better way to do this is with the 2D. Ironically, is with the 2D grid. Okay, so I got to get those lines back. There we go. All right, I got to do an edit on this. I got to do the 2D grid, and I got to line the 2D grid up. Grid can be bigger. That I don't care so much about. In fact, that might help me. I'm trying to place this thing to make it even, because if I can see this... Ooh, wow, that's centered. I can see it. Okay, so now I need to turn the crosses... Well, what I'll do is I'll merge them down. Oh, that's great. Turned them off, you morons. They're gone. Turn them off. All right, now this layer... Assist. I need the background layer changed. Man, this is... How long has it been? 13 minutes. I am not shocked this is taking me this long, because I'm doing this so haphazardly, I guess. Oh, well, you know what? That's not going to matter. I can do that. Okay. No, that one, I was going to watch it on the plane when we flew to New York. And then, again, when we flew back. The thing is, because of how bad I am with flying, and the flight back was miserable, not for me, but my wife got food poisoning from eating a piece of airport pizza. Now, well, let me explain this whole thing. So let's start with how my wife and I, we both hate flying. But, well, New York was great. We landed, it was 1 degree. 1 degree Fahrenheit, so I don't know what that is Celsius. That would be, what, negative something. Which I love. So I got off the plane in t-shirt and shorts. And yeah, we'll get to that. Got off the plane, t-shirt and shorts. It was great. Everything was frozen. There was snow. It's exactly what Christmas should be for me. And holidays in general, not even Christmas, whatever. End of the year holidays, when there's no snow, which is California, it never feels correct to me. It always feels weird. So to get off the plane and there's snow right away, and, you know, it's like the trees are all frosted. It was great. It was great. But my wife hates the cold, so not so great for her in that respect. It got warmer. The day we got there was actually the coldest day of the whole thing. So Saturday and Sunday were both under freezing, which was great for me. Like I said, though, my wife, not so happy, because she's a California native and is therefore not... Hey, Faint Waves. Yes, I'm doing early ones today. and 1 or 2 other days of the week. I'm doing well. I hope you're good too, because I can. The time worked out. And it lets people like Daniel, who are not, you know, in the US, be able to actually catch these things, because I do feel bad about that. So yeah, get off the plane. It's very nice and frosty, which I like. Where's the midpoint on this? Oh, I have to turn that line off. That's why. This line is interfering with that line. So my wife not as happy as I am about it, but I was very thrilled about it. But basically, I'm so bad about flying that I basically take 2, I think 50 milligrams. Hey, Timber Dragon, how you doing? So anyway, I take a double dose of Ativan, which is an anti-anxiety thing. It's also anti-nausea, which is helpful. Not that I really generally ever get sick on planes. I usually don't have a motion sickness problem, but it has happened. So it's a bonus. So the thing is, I always have this intent to watch a movie and do all this stuff. And by the time that stuff kicks in, which is generally usually right after takeoff. It starts to kick in for takeoff. Like, I time it very well. But it really hits about an hour after I take it. And at that point, I can't remember anything. I don't even pay it, like, time doesn't exist anymore. I just go into some kind of state where I don't even, like, I can start watching a movie, but the problem is I'll forget it, and then I'll get bored of it, even if it's a good movie, I just don't have the attention span. So I'm like a giant child. And, you know, I'll just, like, move my fingers and be fascinated. Stuff like somebody who's stoned in a movie, like a joke. That's what it's like. So I meant to watch it on the way, didn't. Meant to watch it on the way back, didn't. Whoa, why is it not even? Yeah, well, it should. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on, let me see here. Hold on, let me fix this. I thought this was going to be even. That was the whole point. So yeah, yes, like a goldfish is exactly what I am like. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's actually pretty centered. So yeah, meant to watch it, didn't. And then on the way back, meant to watch it, didn't. But the problem on the way back was, really the problem is my wife had eaten that pizza, and I'm not exaggerating when I say she had to have thrown up 6 times on the plane and a couple of times in the car on the drive back. And she was miserable, which just sucks. I mean, because the flight back is longer. Flight to New York was 5 hours. Might have been a little less. I'm good, Timber. I hope you're doing good too. I hope you had a nice holiday and getting ready for New Year's. So yeah, the flight there is pretty short, relatively. The flight back is 6.5. So the last 2.5 of that, she was miserably sick. So that sucked a lot. And I just felt terrible because there's nothing you can do. I mean, when somebody's sick, there's nothing you can do about it. I just realized I have to fix this. So I mean, there's nothing outside of asking the flight attendant for more sick bags. That was as much as I could possibly do for her, which just sucks. There's no other way to say it, you know? But see, me, when I fly, which is rare, but when I do it, I don't eat and I don't drink anything that day, except water to be able to take my pills. That is it. And one of the reasons is I just never want my stomach to have any kind of problem on a flight. And since I always am so nervous about flying anyway, I feel like it's always a risk, but I don't want to have to go to the bathroom more than I need to. I mean, I want the flight to just go by. I just want to kind of zone out and not think about it. So I don't eat anything. I don't drink hardly anything. And that way, I basically don't have to have any concerns about... Now, we also lucked out because on the flight back, the bathroom, the center of the plane bathroom was literally 1 row in front of us. Otherwise, she would not have made it to the bathroom a couple times where she got up and just ran to it. So we got lucky. That wasn't intentional. That was just luck. Now, everything in between that, everything else was great. We went to a place in North Philadelphia called Otherworld that Lando knows about. That's this huge... I have pictures of it, so I'll probably post them somewhere. I'll put them on Instagram, maybe. but look it up. Otherworld.com, I think, is the name of the place. It's this LED art installation, this huge warehouse. That's all these rooms. I think it's 40 rooms, and each room is decorated and created by a different artist a different way, using mostly LED lights and sound. And so there's this one room that's this big LED tree forest with, so it's like tree sculptures, and then all the, think of like weeping willows with the hanging branches, but they're all LED lights. And there's different music, like they were doing holiday music. It was awesome. And I don't know how he said his wife found it. Oh, did I max out my layers? That's what I just said. Yeah, 90 layers. Yeah, I figured I was getting close. Okay, so we can go ahead and merge these down, and I can do a duplicate on that. I have to think about this. What is that about? That is, I didn't see it. That is, no, hold on, 79 maybe? 79? That looks pretty even to me. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's see. I don't know if it is, but we'll see in a minute. Yeah, I got too many layers. Well, you know what? I don't need this layer anymore. So I can go ahead and duplicate that layer and do a flip horizontal. So that was great. I mean, that was awesome. And then everything else was good. Saw my family. The usual stuff. My sister did, I don't even know what they call it, the holiday party or whatever. Whatever they want to call it, that's what they did. She did it this year, which was good because it was one less thing for my mom to have to worry about it. That's fine, Timber. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say a word. Like I said, I just hope you have a good holiday. Whatever you did for it. But you don't have to say anything. I'll just sit here and I'll just keep talking. Believe it or not, I don't ever know what to say either. I just keep talking because... Okay, that's perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I can merge all these layers now. So overall, in between the flights... in between the flights themselves, it was great. Even though the flights themselves, the actual plane rides, were smooth. We had a 20-minute delay leaving San Francisco, and that was because I think there was ice in New York. But 20 minutes is nothing. And we made it up in the flight. So honestly, I'm not complaining. It was still less than, because it's supposed to be 5.5 hours. We were there in like 4:53. So a 20-minute delay means nothing to me. I don't care. And the flight itself, there wasn't a lot of turbulence. We had a couple of little bumps here and there. And my wife was fine that way. She was fine going out there. So at least she didn't get motion sick. No. Oh, you mean New Year's? Okay. I'm going to tell you this. So here's the thing with me and New Year's. There's a few things. But the answer is absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. I went down to New York City for New Year's in 2002. So that's a year after 9/11 happened. Right? Because I knew I wasn't going down after 9/11. There was just too much... Sure, that's okay, Daniel. Go for it. There was just too much, nobody with any sense was going to try to get there for when 9/11 happened. There was just way too much security stuff and everything else, and it was just, I wouldn't have done it. I was not planning to. I didn't. But the next year it was kind of like, well, all right, we're going to go down because, why not? That type of thing. Oh, I forgot about those lines. Huh. Jeez, I forgot all about those lines. Hold on a minute. I forgot those lines were there. What are these? What is this? Oh, that's an empty layer. Good, gone. If you're an empty layer, you're not here anymore. All right, let me see this. That's interesting. I wonder if I should... Well, we'll deal with that later. Sorry. So, 2002, it's like, yeah, we're going to go down this year. We're going to go. Sure, let's go. So... friends of mine, we went down there, and it was, I don't need this. It was miserable. Not because of anything that happened, but the thing is, what you have to understand is, outside of New York City, nothing really happens. Not like there's a lot of stuff anywhere else. And New York is so crowded. When you go in, if you go to New York City for New Year's and you go, you can't leave once you're in there. So meaning you go into the city, you generally have to, we went down 6 hours early. So 6 o'clock we were, let in. The security thing had to have I don't remember. It took a long time. It felt like a long time. Whatever it was, it was. So you have to go through all the security stuff, of course, because, like I said, this is a year after 9/11. They're not messing around. That New York was essentially, I don't want to call it a police state, but it was pretty close. I mean, they were very, very on top of everything, understandably. So we went down 6 hours early, which, as it turns out, there are people who go down there a day or two early and just stay there. And then once you come in, you can't leave. You can't leave to go to the bathroom, nothing. So people are just going to the bathroom in the street. That type of thing was happening. And it's just really crowded. And you know what? Honestly, not fun. Just being honest. I would never in my life do it again. So nope. I did it once. I had the experience once. And based on that experience, I never need to do it again. I had my fill of that. Thank you very much. Some people like that type of thing. Good for them. I had my one experience with it. And the other thing is, the ball comes down, everybody yells, and then everybody's just trying to leave, and there's just garbage and trash everywhere, and it's just, in my opinion, I would never recommend anybody doing it. That's just me. I know there are people who do it and have a great time. That's fine. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you enjoy, you can absolutely do it. It wasn't for me. Oh, that part, yes. New York City in the winter with snow and everything, I'm with you 100% on that. Like that I'm on board with. There is nothing like seeing the city covered in snow. I mean, like I said, California, it just doesn't feel like Christmas because to me, it really isn't. And a lot of that is because there's no snow. And for me, holidays and snow kind of go together. And so that part, yeah. No, don't merge. Don't merge. I didn't mean to merge that. I just meant to turn the assist off. Okay. That particular part of it, I'm in complete agreement with you on. And to me, it's not even a question. It's just that, like I said, for New Year's, I think for the amount of hassle that it is to do it, I don't think most people would tell you it's worth it. It's one of those things that sounds really good when you say it, because it looks on TV, it looks great. You just see the close-ups, all these happy people and everything. By the way, there's a lot of unhappy people in there. There's a lot of miserable people in there. That's another thing. So, oh, that's great. Well, see? So you probably, I don't know where you went in Canada, but I'm guessing there was probably snow. See, to me, that's really what it is. And that's another thing. It's like New Year's it's, like I said, I'm not gonna tell anybody that they're, foolish to do it. You do what makes you happy. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Well, that's great. Snow to me is holidays. Like that should be how it is. So that I'm happy to hear. So if that's what you want to do, I don't even know how far ahead I would if you could, which is not easy. I know, because I looked a couple of times since then, just out of curiosity. Yeah, it's not going to happen. The only other thing you could try to do is get a hotel room that is, where you could see the ball from and just kind of hang out the window and, see all the festivities, but not have to be on the street. I know a couple of people who did that. They ended up spending a ton of money because there are people who basically rent hotel rooms and then resell them for a big markup to people who just desperately want to be there, which I think is not a very nice thing to do, but that's the world we live in. And so a couple people I knew saved a bunch of money and paid, I don't even remember how much, but it was thousands of dollars, which I'm like, you're nuts. But they basically got a hotel room reservation from this person, and they were able, and was it fun? Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better because then you have a bathroom And you can, you know, watch everything, and you don't have to worry about somebody throwing up or going to the bathroom on you, which I have heard people tell me that they've been peed on. You know, this is what I'm saying about it. Looks like one thing when you see it on TV. It's a whole different thing when you're down there. Didn't happen to me, but when people have a lot of alcohol and don't care, stuff can happen. So like I said, I can say I did it once, and I'll never need to do it again. And that's fine with me. Very fine with me. But I get it. I understand that there's a lot of appeal for a lot of people. Yes. Yes, that, I'll tell you what, if you want the authentic New York experience, that and a Yankees game will do it for you. You will get every flavor of New Yorker there is, loaded with alcohol and ready to let you know that they're loaded with alcohol. And so like I said, you see it on TV and it sounds great and it looks great when you see it that way. But for me, it was a one and done. It was a thing where I'm like, yeah, I did it. You know, and I don't think it's gotten any better from what I understand. It's still not fun. There's slightly less security, but not all that much less, honestly, from people I've talked to who've gone down there. There are people I know who go down there. And it's funny because they all say, not all, many of them say the same thing. Oh, I'm not doing that again next year. And then they do it again because they forget. It's an interesting thing. Many people forget how bad it is till they actually do. It's kind of like traveling for the holidays. You know, it's so much worse than traveling any other time of the year. It's just so bad. It really is. It's just not fun. But just my opinion. Oh, I see. I missed something there. Let's find that because I can see it right there. Where is that? Where is that? Is that this one? No, it's not. It's the radiating lines. Where are the radiating lines? In there. Or is it considered a color? Did I call that a color? I did. Okay. I did call that a color. Interesting. There we go. Got rid of it. Well, if that's a color, then this one should be too. So this layer should be down here. I guess there, probably. Yeah, like I said, hey, everybody does what they like to do. If you feel like something that you want to do, then do it. Just be prepared for it. Like you said, the authentic New York experience. When I was little, I asked my mom what happened to Old York. Yeah. They didn't move it over from England. That's what happened. Yeah, there was it is interesting to look into history and how many new whatevers there have been over time, because there have been a whole bunch of new things. New Amsterdam, New England, all this stuff. So, yeah, it's so weird how geography and everything works. It really is. It's strange. You know what I'm gonna do? Just to give myself some layers here. Let's turn off all that. Turn the background color back to white, please. There we go. Well, I may do more shading on this. Right now, I'm still really just getting. This is an unusual kind of. There's still a lot more that has to go into this. But yeah, there is going to be more shading on a lot of the parts of this. But right now I'm just trying to lay in like this circuitry stuff and some of the patterning. And honestly trying to buy myself some layers because I've used up a lot. So where is all this stuff? Here it is. Like, see, I don't need. These don't have to be separated anymore. Like, I'm past the point of this being separated like this. That was. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, see, I'm just trying to buy myself some. Oops, there were the layers here. Ambient occlusion. That's a very video game term. Very video game term. Okay, I can go ahead and combine down or oh. Well, I guess that's okay. Flatten. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's that. Ambient occlusion. Oh man, yeah, I gotta mess with those later. Those are the armor pieces, yeah, okay. Why is that even there? Okay, let's turn the assist off. Let's turn the assist off. Yeah, see, this image has changed so much since I started it. It was never intended to be anything like this, which is fine. It's not a complaint. It's just, yeah. Okay, I gotta mess with those. So we're gonna push those up because those. Still gotta figure out what I want to do with those. I mean, this head can be combined. Yeah, that's fine. That I'm gonna keep separate. Those can combine. I don't think there's anything that's any reason those can't line up. That's already combined. Oh, yeah, that's the inner head. Okay. Those are sketch layers and those are lines. Alright, I've brought myself some layers there. That should be okay. I'll leave that. You know what? Those can get merged. They're not even... Yeah, okay, good. Alright, so turn off, turn off, turn off. That just got me some more layers. Okay. Alright, so back to this. Okay. Just let me think about this. Yeah, I gotta figure a few things out. Yeah, because I think I'm gonna do some line work in the big pieces. I have to do the hoses or whatever those things are. Those semi-rings. I don't even know what to call them. Definitely do have to do some shading. There's definitely going to be more shading because you can see I already did on the face. So I think I'll probably have 3-level shading on everything, meaning standard color, 1 up, 1 down, something like that. I'm trying to think of this. Like I'm planning this in real time. And the thing I have to figure out is I either want it to be that. I think it's going to block too much of it. So I think I'll go with the side cloth on the side. I want like a side cloth thing. So I think I'm going to go with this. So let's turn off the colors for a minute. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, you mean this one? Well, that's where I'm getting, that's where I got the colors from. And then this was mostly just to get some of the shadowing right, which I will still, that's what I mean, is there's going to be a 3rd level of shadows, but right now what I'm trying to do is dial in the actual line work. Because see, I want like this. I want this cloth off. Everything else is basically symmetrical. So I want to have one asymmetrical element. But yeah, that's what I'm going to use. That's where I kind of got some of the shadow work from. But I started getting into the shadow stuff. I'm like, no, finish the line work first, because that may affect where the shadows go. So, all right, now let's go into line work. Let's do a new layer. I'm going to switch to black. Got to get my pen size correct, which is not the... Oh, I didn't realize I was on that pen. That's the tech pen too. What I need is like this. There we go. That's it. That's the right size. And let's take a look here. So see, now this is, I'm going to just start wherever and just kind of fold that in. And then, well, actually I don't like that. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean, is the shadows right now aren't finished. They were just kind of, that's when I started it, and then I went, okay, you're jumping ahead. Because really, I want to get the line work done before I really get into the shadows, in case I change elements, which I already did. So yeah, I've got to figure out... So this is going to come from under there, and we'll fold that up there. Yeah, that's a little... Hey, you could take a nap. No reason you can't. There's lots of people who subscribe to the idea of power napping. Actually, I can go back to the first layer for that. The idea that you just take lots of naps throughout the day. Not something I've ever been able to do, but it's a theory that's out there. So you can try it. Okay, let's do, we're on layer 77, yes. So we'll have this come down like this, and then that'll fold in like that. Okay, so that's the cloth parts. Let's turn the sketch off. And I gotta clean those up. So actually I just turn that whole thing off. Okay. So then on this one, let's do this. Let's get the paintbrush, because that's all going to be from under here. Okay, let's see. That would be, let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. You wake up extremely energized. Okay. All right, let's do that. And we can get rid of all that because it's going to go under that piece. Right, and then we turn these back on. And now we can just do the rest to have them going under that main, what I guess would be termed a breastplate. So there we go. Okay, and then that's going from under there, yep. And do that. And so then what we need to do is on this here, we're gonna mask some of that just so that I can see how we're looking. So see, that'll all go. Be careful with that, it's a big brush. Yep, so all that would get obscured by the cloth. And then the cloth itself, as far as the color schemes, now let's see. What colors have I already used? I don't think I've used the golden. I've done that bright red, I think. But let's find out, because I'm not actually sure. Okay, let's open this up. Color wheel, please. Color wheel. Pretty sure that's this red here. Yeah, it's definitely not that red. Okay. So, okay. Why isn't it that red? Why did that red pop down? Where's the reds? Hold on a minute, because that doesn't seem right. Did I do a... I didn't. Interesting. It would be a very brief nap. Let's put it that way. Whoa, okay, that's completely the wrong color. Why did it do that? There we go. I'm on the red layer. Yes. That's interesting. I can't even see a difference. Wow, I can't see the difference. So, okay. All right. I must have hit the edge of something. That's fine. Okay, so on the... oh, wait. I have to make... hold on. I forgot one thing with the cloth. Cloth layer is where? Top one, right? Yeah, here it is. On this layer... There we go. I'm going to do that. And I got to do that. Yep, okay. So now, all right, here we go. So on the color layer, let's go back to here's the colors. Let's do another layer here. Let's grab this, and we will do that. Whoa, okay. Gonna go easy on this. Yeah, I can just do a mask on that circuitry stuff. Oh, really? Okay, hold on. I gotta fix that too. Go to a small. There we go. I had a hunch that would happen. Just check. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Back to red. There we go. Back to painting. There we are. Just do a big brush for this for now. I'll clean that up in a minute. Okay. Sweep. Yeah, I'm going to clean all that up in a minute. I'll clean the edges because I know they're messed up. And then I'm going to repeat that red down here on the bottom layer, and then I'll have the blues in between. At least for now. This may change. This is just for the moment. I can do the blues underneath these. And we'll see what it looks like in general. And where are we on time-wise? Oh, 45. Yeah, okay. So probably once I have the colors done, that's probably going to be about what I'll call the stream for today. I do have a few more things I have to do, because since we were in New York for the holidays with my family, we're doing the California side sometime this week. So we didn't do any gifts with my wife's family. We just held off until we got back, rather than do like split holidays. And I think my sister-in-law had to work anyway because she's a nurse. And unfortunately, nurses do not. It's very tough. You usually have to alternate, or you have to do like holiday exchanges with people, which it sucks. It really does. Nurses just do not get nearly enough of the recognition and stuff that they deserve. They really don't. And one of the things they often have to give up is holidays. I mean, you can understand why. You can't have empty hospitals on Christmas. Injuries don't just stop, but still. It sucks. So we just said, okay, well then we'll do it. We'll do California, the California holidays when we come back, which is fine. Works out perfectly fine. So that's what we're going to do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put these there. That fixed that problem. I just have to erase where it bleeds over the black lines, but that's easy enough. I just take this and I go in here. Just do this. That. Make sure. Ooh, I saw you. I saw you. Okay. Wait, did I just erase that? I did. I erased my erasure. There's a sentence. Yeah, that's what I mean. Nurses, doctors, it's all the same. Yeah. And it sucks. You understand why. I mean, we all understand why, but at the same time, it's just one of those unfortunate things. So I was fine waiting. You know, I said, no, that's fine. We can just do it when we get back. It's perfectly okay with me. I mean, you know, I'd rather have everybody be able to be together than just do it on a certain day because it's that day. That's not as big a deal to me. I don't think, honestly, if you're asking me, holidays are supposed to be about people, not presents or any of that stuff. Which, you know, like we really are basically phasing out presents. Anybody who's an adult, it's like, yeah, we don't have to do presents anymore. It's fine. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's one of those things where, again, it's kind of taken over this holiday thing where, oh, it's all sales and you have to go buy stuff. And I'm like, that's not what holidays are supposed to be about. Holidays are supposed to be, you know, gift giving is fine, but it's become, it's like when people do white elephant gifts. I've complained about this before, I know. I don't understand white elephant gift stuff. I just, like, if you're not taking the person into consideration when you buy a gift, I don't know what the point of it is. Gift giving is supposed to be about considering the person. Secret Santa's fine. You know, like at work, if you want to do Secret Santa, that's fine because you still have to kind of think about what the person would want. But the white elephant thing, sorry, I do not understand that. I'm never going to understand that. Nobody has ever given me a convincing argument as to why that makes any sense. And I seriously doubt they ever will. Which is fine, because I just don't do it. And that's okay. But yeah, just presents in general. I'm just, you know, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We can just, except for kids, because, you know, kids still believe in Santa and all that stuff. That's fine. So I don't mind doing it for little kids. You know, young children, like my niece and nephew. I got them stuff for, that's fine. And I got them stuff I thought they would like. Because, see, again, that's what gift giving is supposed to be. Think about the person. Not just buy gift cards or whatever. Unless, well, actually, I say that, and it's funny because I specifically said, if anybody's buying me a gift, which I don't think you need to, but if you're going to anyway, get me a gift card because my monitor is starting to, do weird things. So I have a hunch it's going to quit on me pretty soon. And so I'm going to get a new monitor. And since I do a lot of graphic stuff, I tend to get the really nice color correct monitors. And those are not cheap. Like, I'm not getting a, you know, Apple $10,000 monitor or anything like that. But I can't get a cheap monitor because the color accuracy is just generally not that good. And I do like to actually, what I'm looking at on the monitor is, because now I'm doing video editing too, I'm like, yeah, I would like what I'm looking at to be... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, what happened? Ah! Uh-oh. Okay, my screen just went black. See? This is what I was just talking about. Ah! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. It might be okay. It might be okay. I heard a beep. Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Let me see what happens here. What happens if I open this? Will it come back?